Carly Lerner.
And how are you doing today, Miss Carly?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me.
That is great. Today they are going to cover after-school programs and their impact on schools and children near you. First, we are going to go to the other educational expert, and she is on Skype because her train didn't get here fast enough. Boo-hoo. Well, she is going to answer the first question. What are after-school programs? So take it away, Anita.
Hi, thanks for having me. So, what are after-school programs, and how do students spend their day when that 3 p.m. bell rings? So, a broad definition. After-school programs can be broadly defined as any program that gives child care to elementary, middle school, or maybe high school age students. So, the parents do not have to worry about them when they're off away at work. They can run before, after school, or even on non-school days such as holidays or even during summer vacation. You might have heard them referred to as extended school day, out of school time, or latchkey kids. And after-school programs usually have one common goal. It is designed to have a safe place for kids to go so they are off the streets. So, what do after-school programs look like? What are some examples? So they basically could be anything that meets at a local recreation center, some kind of summer camps, or anything that meets after school, like a science club, exploring different science experiments, an art club, looking at different pieces of art. They could take place in schools, community centers, park, daycare centers, and even family home providers. So why are we interested in this topic? Why is it important to think about? After the 3 p.m. bell rings and students walk home to empty houses and dangerous streets, many Americans think, oh, this is a joyous time, after school the bell rings, they get to go home, they get to pick lilies out of the garden, they get to have their mom make them a snack, play sports with their siblings. That's not the case for many students in America. A matter of fact, the After School Alliance and JCPenney Fund found that over 15 million American students, anywhere from the age 5 and up, go home to empty houses without adult supervision. This is putting the students in a very dangerous situation. Being home without adult supervision, students could get into drugs, they can try illegal activities such as shoplifting because they don't have that guidance of their guardians or their parents. So this is where we need to come in. We need to set up after-school programs for these students so they have a safe place to go after school.
Wow, Anita, that was great! Well, Carly, I've heard you had some amazing statistics to share with us about after-school programs. Do you care to share?
I do. Thank you, Annie.
Oh, thank you.
Well, nationally, an estimated 6 to 8 million children between the ages of 5 and 14 are latchkey children.
Wow.
That means that they are home alone without supervision. The National Youth Violence Prevention Resource Center quotes census figures that 7 million children between the ages of 5 and 15 years old care for themselves part of the day. By the time children reach age 14, 48% are unsupervised before or after school. These are students that would in fact like after-school activities if there were some in their neighborhood.
Wow, that was fascinating. Do you have any other statistics you'd care to share?
Why, as a matter of fact, Annie, I do. Thank you.
Oh!
According to FBI statistics, juvenile crime rates tripled during the first hour after school. A third of all car crashes caused by 16 to 17-year-olds occur between 4 and 6 p.m. Children home unsupervised are more at risk of injuries. And as childhood obesity becomes a reoccurring topic in the news today, did you know studies have found adolescent girls consume more than 1/3 of their calories intake during the afternoon before eating dinner?
Oh, man! Put them away the pretzels.
Thank you, Annie.
Now live from Helicopter 7.
We take you to Anita Anderson, who will explain the specific students that will benefit from after-school activities.
Who do these after-school programs specifically impact? So if you hear the voices around you in stores and at those local grocery markets, there is a diverse group of individuals coming into the United States, speaking a different language. This is a fast-growing population of students who are learning the English language as a second language. Could you imagine being placed in a school where they do not speak your home language and then being taught academic material in that language that you're not even used to? So, the first population of students that I'm going to talk about are those children who are English language learners. Research has found that some teaching strategies that benefit English language learners are the use of direct language instruction, opportunities to practice oral language skills, language scaffolding during academic and content instruction, parent community involvement, and cultural background knowledge. So, the most successful models use all of these different approaches, and during a school day, that might be a little hard and challenging. It is found that ELL students spend less than 90 seconds per day in the classroom talking. This is where after-school support can step in. If they don't get this time to talk, they are never going to grow into being proficient English language learners, and that's what we need them to be in our school and in the United States.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Anita. Now, Annie, I actually have a question for you.
Yes.
How does this impact ESL students?
Well, you see here, after-school programs, since there's a lot lower pressures, if the students are not being graded, they're not in front of their peers where they have to speak their, the language that they're not fully comfortable with yet.
Makes sense.
They can play games and have hands-on activities.
Oh, that's wonderful.
To get them to know the language and be more comfortable with it. Also, it's a chance for students to build their confidence in a stress-free environment with other students with similar circumstances, so, they can relate to their peers. And the teachers in that, room can help them with their homework and have more support. So they can go over different vocabulary words that they need help on, and the teacher will be right there to guide them along the way. And last, what I love the most is that the students that are in the after-school program could really share their culture. They can learn about each other. They can share, different music, and they can learn to grow in respect and love about, all the different things that make up who they are.
Now, Annie, what culture are you from?
I am actually from the Deep South. I don't have an accent because I have been up here since forever, but...
That explains the mustache.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was actually born with it. I was born this way.
Thank you, Lady Gaga. So, Annie, besides ESL students, who else does after-school activities impact?
Great question.
Thank you.
Well, middle school students. Middle school students are in that point of their lives where they're faced with decisions that could hinder their future and their academic careers. So, in order to make sure that this doesn't happen, teachers need to keep middle school students on track. They need to teach them why the future is important and, continuing their education because high school dropouts are usually to drop out in their freshman year of high school.
The freshman year? Really?
Yeah, isn't that kind of scary?
That is a little bit scary.
So, as middle school teachers, we really need to stress why kids need to stay in school. So, in after-school programs, teachers, they can bring in apprenticeships, guest speakers, they can have project-based activities that are not always available during the school day because you focus on the, core curriculum.
Of course, there's such a push for that.
Yes.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
So, this is a very essential time that we really need to work with these middle schoolers to show them that we need to be educated and we need to educate them and, so they can lead the way.
Absolutely. Thank you, Annie.
Yes.
Now live from Macy's, we are going to bring you to Carly, who has interviewed a couple of students that will share the advantages of after-school programs.
Thank you, Anita. And on the streets here we have found
Darlene.
And Darlene, I see you are in karate. Could you explain some of the benefits you have experienced from the after-school program of karate?
Well, I learned how to follow rules because if we don't, we have to do a lot of push-ups. I hate push-ups. Oh, but also, I learned respect. We have to respect our sensei, which is our teacher, and our peers. Otherwise, it's not good. And last, I have so much fun learning all these different moves and how to defend myself in case something were to happen and someone come up to me on the street or something.
Could you maybe demonstrate some of those moves for us?
Yes!
Thank you, and that was Darlene.
Richard's basketball team. Can you please tell us your name?
Sarah.
And how has basketball shaped your life?
Well, being a part of basketball has taught me how to work as a team and collaborate with my friends. It also taught me self-discipline to go outside and practice my free throws for hours and self-motivation. It also taught me how to think on my feet because you never know when someone's just going to throw a basketball at your face. So, gotcha.
It's a little close.
Hey, you got to think on your feet. Basketball taught me that.
Wow, that's great. And those are some great advantages of after-school programs. Thank you.
So, Anita, what would you say the best design for after-school programs is?
Well, we all know students need more time to learn. Isn't that the truth?
Truth.
Well, so the best design, what is the best design? Differentiation is the key to success. So that means using a variety of different ways to teach the same topics, but to reach all the different unique needs of students in our classroom. Research also shows that the school program should be structured in a way that's aligned with the current curricula and the content of the traditional school day. We do not want to replicate the content in the curricula, but we want to teach it in different ways so students have a deeper understanding of it.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that with us, Anita.
You're welcome. Anita here. And schools have also been forced to make difficult funding decisions in the recent years. One study found that school-based after-school learning programs were often on the chopping block. We have Gord Olson here who's going to make a comment about this statement.
Thank you, Anita. A survey conducted by me, a member of the Afterschool Alliance Association, found startling results concerning the state of after-school programs in the faltering economy. The outlook for the future of many of these programs is in fact grim. About 6 in 10 programs reported a loss in funding due to the recession, with 1 in 10 reporting a significant loss that will cause major cutbacks or lead to the closure of 1 or more sites. 45% of program leaders reported that funding was not secure for the next year. The percentage of schools reducing after-school and weekend programs is growing. In the 2009 to 2010 year, it was 8%, and now it is a startling 24% at the beginning of the 2010-2011 school year. The study also found that 1/3 of schools were considering eliminating after-school programs altogether.
Wow, that is startling. And did you get that tie from Macy's?
Why, yes I did.
Thank you, Gord.
You are welcome, Anita.
Close up. All right. You should roll with.
Okay.
Thank you for watching the news. Thank you for watching the news. Thank you for watching the news. And that is a wrap. Woo! Oh, I don't know why I did that. Oh, wait, and then I should be like, no. Happy holidays!
And F.